Today we have a 2001 Chevy Silverado in shop for the stereo having no audio. It seems to turn on and work fine. We've removed the stereo. We already have the video for removing the stereo in this vehicle posted to our website at carstereohelp.com. But we have no audio. Actually, what we have is the tweeter is working very low volume. We can hear the tweeter, but we can't hear the main speaker here at the bottom. So we're going to remove the door panel and check the speaker, and we're going to show you how to do that. We're going to start with our pry tool and start right here at the door lock assembly, and we're going to pry this door lock assembly off. It just has little tabs that hold it in place. There's also an opening in the back that you're going to have to line up with the shaft coming off the door lock here, and we're going to set this to the side. Next we're going to start with the back edge of the control panel here and pry this up. And we have two clips right along the front or the side here that should release with pry pressure. And I'm prying that up, and we're going to pull this up out of the door. Happen to check the openings. We happen to have one clip that stayed in the door here. So we're going to push this clip up out of the door and put it right back onto its mount here on this panel, so we don't forget about that later on. It'll be here when we go to install the stereo. Now we have several connectors on here, and there are little triggers on them, and we're going to squeeze this trigger down into the connector, which lifts the latch up so that you can wiggle the connector free. We're going to do that for the second connector as well. And the third connector has one at the front here that you push down and will release as well. Now we have those three connectors done, and we're going to set this panel to the side. Next we're going to start with our 7mm. After removal of this panel, there's one 7mm right here that we're going to remove. Also up here under the handhold, towards the back of it, there's another 7mm screw here, and we're going to remove this one as well. Up here in the front, I didn't check too closely to see if this was available on the camera, but we're going to start the bottom edge of this front triangular panel and work down the edge of it. There are clips that hold this in place as well, and we're going to try and release these clips. And these are some tight clips here. There's one. And there's two, and check the openings and make sure the clips remain on the panel. And we're going to remove this panel. Best to start at the top of the panel and bring it back, because there is a tongue on it that goes down behind the main panel. And we're going to set that to the side. Also, in this opening where we removed the control panel, there's another connector sitting here, and it deals with the controls here for the setting the seats and temperature. And we can look in here and see this one, and we're going to lift the trigger up and disconnect that as well, because that'll help release it. Next we're going to put our finger in the back edge of this panel around the door handle and pry this around and off, pull it back, and remove this over the door handle. Again, there's a tongue at the front and two clips at the back, so the front's going to have to go in first to put it back into place. Now that we've got all these panels removed, we're going to grab the door handle and the bottom of the panel, and we're going to lift it straight up. And this will release it back from the door, and we're going to pull it back. Now with the edge of the panel pulled back, we still have two connectors that are connected. We have the courtesy light down at the bottom, and one panel here. Actually this is the tweeter, which seems to be loose in the door, so we're going to straighten that out when we get there. But there is a clip on this one as well. We're going to squeeze that clip down and release that. As for the courtesy light, we're going to come down, and the bulb usually twists to release down here. And we're going to remove the bulb in the assembly. And we lost the light bulb, so we'll be taking the front fixture off and putting the light bulb back in the fixture. Next, this is going to give access to the speaker. This is an aftermarket speaker, but the factory speaker is very common to see bad. You're going to see one screw usually holds the original factory speaker in, or there's a clip at the top and you push the clip down and it releases the speaker, allows it to hinge out and can be removed. With this being aftermarket, we're still going to go through the steps of testing the speaker and so on. This speaker happens to have 3 screws in it, so we're going to remove these 3 screws. And we're going to find out we have no audio over here because the speaker is not connected. The wires have fallen off of the speaker or deteriorated. The complaint was no audio, and it is not connected. So what we're going to do here now, just to test for audio, is in most cases, when this is hooked up to the original speaker, you can hook an existing external speaker, which they have for testing, right up to the speaker contacts here. We're going to go right into these and see what we get here. And obviously, if there was no sound here and the speaker's not connected, that's a good reason for no sound. But this is how you need to get access to the speaker in order to test for audio. But this would usually be touched when the original speaker's connected. You touch it right to the existing metal connections on the speaker to test to see if your new speaker or your working speaker has audio. This will tell you whether or not you have bad speakers. You can go back with the factory speaker that goes in and clips right in and use the existing connector, or go aftermarket and do the proper wiring here to get that to work. But I hope this video has been helpful. See our other videos on the internet dealing with checking the speakers, removing the stereo, and so on. We can be found at carstereohelp.com. Thank you for watching.